Welcome back to Krakow, Poland, everybody. Julie and I are going to visit with a couple of our friends that are YouTubers that are living in Krakow, and they're going to share with us their lifestyle and their budget. So come along with us as we visit with our friends Jed and Nina and take a look at their life here in Krakow. Let's start with a quick tour of Jed and Nina's home. Nina and Jed have owned this home for about 4 months, and it is about 90 square meters. As we take a look at the living room, there's Jed and Nina was in the kitchen. You'll see there's a pretty good spacious living room, dining area to eat at, and they have an outside terrace. The kitchen is fully equipped. It has a dishwasher. It's got the microwave and oven, 4-burner stove top, lots of cabinetry, and space for a full-size refrigerator. Heading on back, there's a bathroom in this downstairs level. It's got the washing machine, good-sized shower, and it's very spacious. It also has a tub. There's a bedroom downstairs, and there are built-in cabinets, wardrobes in this area as well. Good size bedroom, and this is the master bedroom. As we come back through the living room, we'll take a quick look outside here into their terrace balcony area. And there is a public area downstairs for those in the building. So if you did have a pet, there is a green space down below. A pet like a dog, not like a cat. And there is another bathroom up here on this level. Full bath with a shower. And here's a second bedroom. There's also a third bedroom being used here as an office and as a massage studio. Nina is working on her massage license here in Poland. Up this stair, we end up into the terrace, and this was the big selling feature. Having this outside space on the roof for Jed and Nina was a big deal, and you can see why. Beautiful view. So we have a really nice spread there. We got a veggie tart with some salad, of course some great wine. And over here, there's all kinds of cheeses, and then there's some different assorted types of meats to go on crackers. So we're having a really nice Merlot here, and this bottle of Hungarian wine cost how much here in Poland?
It was 80 zloty.
80 zloty for the...
And depending on the exchange rate, I mean, I was figuring around 20 bucks.
Yeah, so...
Probably even less at today's exchange rate.
Less than that, but I'll put the price in here. And what kind of beer are you drinking over there?
This is now. Of course, it's the one that's hardest to say, but you can film it. Żywiec.
Okay, it's the Żywiec.
I think this was like three zloty.
3 zloty.
3 or 4, yeah, 3 zloty
for a bottle.
For a bottle.
So, and vodka here is about the same price as water, right?
I think they give it away for free here. Just
We had a great time hanging out for the late afternoon, early evening with Jed and Nina on the rooftop terrace. We watched the sunset, and then we went downstairs to conduct the interview to discuss their quality life and cost of living here in Krakow. Jed and Nina, thank you so much for showing us around your house, letting us eat here with you. The food was great. The sunset was magnificent, and we are so humbled that you're having us in here. And for full disclosure, for those of you that don't know, we've had Jed and Nina in a couple of previous videos. They are YouTubers also. Jed has been following our channel since Ecuador, and we met with him in Montenegro a couple times. He stayed at our home in Montenegro. And so now we are in Krakow, where he is living. And so we built a friendship from our channels, and he started his YouTube channel how long ago?
18 months ago when I arrived in Krakow.
Yeah, so he's got a channel called From LA to Krakow.
Now it's Planet Krakow. We cut out the LA.
Oh, okay, so it's Planet Krakow. So check out his channel if you want to see some more scenes about living in Krakow and their daily experiences. But we're here to talk about expat life in Krakow. Our viewers will be eager to find out what it's like for you guys to live here. Some of the reasons that brought you here, what your experience has been like, and of course, most importantly, what does it cost to live here?
So I'm from the UK, but immediately prior to coming to Poland, I was 20 years in the US, immediately prior to coming to Krakow. Nina's from Russia, and she lived with me in the US for the last year that we were there. So how we got to know you was Montenegro got to the top of our list for all the great reasons that there are to live in Montenegro. And as I'm searching Montenegro on YouTube, looking for people living there doing English language videos, that's where I came across one of your early videos, or even about your life before Ecuador.
Oh wow!
So that got the connection where we were talking about Montenegro, and we were over there house hunting. We were very close to moving there when an unexpected job opportunity came up. My network connected with my boss in LA. Was like, would you be interested in going to Europe? And I'm like, I'm looking to go to Europe. So long story short, took this opportunity. I was presented with 3 options to live in London, Luxembourg, or Krakow. And Krakow to me just sounded by far the most interesting experience. I've been traveling all my career. The places that I've enjoyed the most are those that you least expected. Mm-hmm. So a former Central European country coming out of the communist years, a member of the EU, all the sort of change coming here just intrigued me. But I didn't know anything about the city at all, even landing here. And that's why I actually started my channel, because as I was looking on YouTube for English language content about Krakow, there wasn't any. There was tons of good Polish stuff, or there was lots of tourist videos, but I was looking for something a little bit more about what life was like here.
Correct.
Yeah.
So when I got here, Nina wasn't able to join me for a few months. So just being here on my own, and I thought, I'd get out and try and discover the city and learn about the city, and just making videos just kind of kept me busy. And it was the coolest thing. I had no idea, like, just what a wonderful city it is.
We've been pronouncing Krakow wrong our whole lives. It's Krakow. And we've been pronouncing Warsaw, the Warsaw Pact, for those of us that have been around, born in the 60s or 70s or before. You had Warsaw. That's, how do you say it, honey?
Warszawa?
Yeah.
Warszawa.
Kraków.
Warszawa and Krakow.
It's like if they punch you in the stomach, it's Krakow.
So the W's actually sound like a V. So
Yes.
when you're here, if you ask somebody how to get to Warsaw or Krakow, they might not know what you're asking.
Mm-mm.
So it's a different pronunciation. So how do you feel about life here so far? You've been here now for a little bit over a year.
I would say it was easier than I thought it would be. Mm-hmm. I kind of imagined, as a sort of former Eastern Bloc country, it would probably have a lot of rules and regulations and just general red tape, and it does. So I thought it would be a nightmare, and I thought the language would be a real issue. The reality that I find, I think if you live in one of the big cities, and this is the second biggest city in Poland, with a ton of students from the city, English is so widely spoken here. I mean, I would say probably 90% of the time I'm communicating with somebody who can speak in English.
Wow.
It's very rarely that somebody looks at me and says we don't speak English. It's just the documentation that's in Polish, the official documentation. But when you're in the shops and you're just dealing with people regularly, and because my company is American, English is the language in the workplace, and there's 400 people in our workplace here.
Oh.
So I'm speaking English all day long. So that in a way it actually wasn't as challenging as I hoped, because I thought I didn't want to go to another English language speaking country, but it almost is. And then for all of the red tape, I took a shortcut. I thought there's no way I can navigate this on my own. So I found a couple of professionals who sort of just held my hand through the whole process, and I'm so glad I did that. I was very well taken care of through that side of thing, which meant that actually it was a very positive experience. And because that stuff was taken care of, it allowed us to enjoy the nice things and the fun things that the city has to offer without getting too worried about all the other stuff.
Krakow is so beautiful. There's so many parks, the riverfront, the old town. It's blown us away as far as our expectations. And with you having had much more time here than Julie and I to this point, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm finding that maybe 1/4 to 1/5 of the time when I'm walking by people and they're speaking, it's in English.
Yeah, in Krakow, yes. I mean, in Poland, no. So certainly, if you go to the villages and stuff outside of the city, it's different. But this is a major university city. I think there's 8. Somebody might correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's 8 major universities in the city. So it's a highly educated city.
So you are here in this Schengen country as a Brit and as a Russian, and so you're able to stay here because you have residency as being employed here.
I was in a unique situation because of Brexit. So I arrived just as Brexit was having an impact. But there was a transition arrangement for UK citizens. If you were in Poland, resident in Poland, before December 31, you could stay in Poland. You could get a special class of residency. So I got here 14 days, I think, before that changed. And so I got residency as a sort of EU citizen, but there's some limitations on that. It's not full EU citizenship. So I've got a 10-year visa for Poland.
With it being Schengen, this is a concept Julie and I have looked at, is that sometimes we look at multiple countries as a potential landing spot of how we want to live our life. And Poland is right up there. So where we like Turkey a lot and we like Montenegro a lot, but if we don't want to have residency or can't get residency somewhere, it's easy enough to be able to bounce between somewhere like Poland and go down to Turkey for 90 days, come back here for 90 days. And if you're down in Turkey, with the summer months, this is a great place to be because the summers here are so comfortable.
We've had a few days here that, just like the rest of Europe, that have been exceptionally brutal and hot. But the norm for summer is very manageable.
What's been the biggest challenge that you've had to overcome?
The one thing is maybe like medical. It can be a little, like I'm lucky to have private health insurance through my work, but it doesn't cover everything. So some things I get the treatment from private healthcare here, and then other things I've had to sort of go on my own, and some of it is through the Polish national health system. The Polish national health system they don't speak English there, so that can be a little tricky. So working through that has probably been the single toughest.
Have you found
toughest thing.
Those Polish hospitals or medical centers are clean and nice?
They're absolutely clean and they're absolutely free. I mean, they're probably akin to the standard of the National Health Service in the UK.
Okay.
So a long way different to private care, but it's very competent.
We have a lot
It's
of
very
people that ask.
it's competent, it's clean, everybody's speaking Polish.
Okay.
So
but you're using Google Translate.
You have also medical insurance, right?
The medical insurance is very good when it covers what it covers. That's
private.
great. It's just unlike the US where that covered everything.
Yeah.
Here you're trying to work out, am I covered, am I not covered, that sort of stuff.
So the city of Krakow is one of the most, if not the most expensive city in Poland. Now, to us, we find the cost of living here looking quite favorable, especially compared to what you would see in Western Europe or many parts of Europe, or especially the United States or Great Britain. It's so inexpensive here.
I have found it less expensive than Romania.
Yeah. So, and looking at prices of some real estate, we'll try to do a real estate video while we're here. We haven't done it yet, but looking at some initial real estate flyers, we see that real estate here, you can find, places that look nice, at least on paper and online, in the $130,000 to $200,000 range. But
Easily.
your home here, it's pretty spacious.
Beautiful.
How many square meters do you have?
90 square meters.
So that's going to be basically 990, almost 1,000 square feet. And it's really well done. It's really updated well. Did you buy this furnished?
It was I would say 75% furnished.
75% furnished. And what was the price that you were able to purchase this property here?
This was 1.4 million zlotys, which was over our budget. It wasn't what we were looking for, but the property, because it had the terrace and some unique things to it, we fell in love with it and just thought it was too nice an opportunity.
Now those square meters are not inclusive of that terrace.
Not inclusive of the terrace.
Because that's extra square meters.
That's like 30 square. The terrace is like 30 square
I
meters.
thought so.
Yeah. Home is really nice, and you're near huge green space. You're near the Cracovia football team stadium, and you're near parks. You're easy walking distance to the old town.
Everything.
What do you think you spend on transportation a month?
It's a typical tram journey is about $1 or less. You pay for time, so it's a 20-minute ticket. So I mean, we probably,
like 4
I don't know.
zloty for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
or
so
6 zloty, Polish zloty for
40.
1 hour ride.
For all of our sort of social life, I don't know, $20 to $30 a month maximum.
But we
Now
use
going to
Uber a
work,
lot.
my office is about 15 minutes from here, and I take Uber about $4 or $5 each way. It's $9.
$9 round
It's
trip.
$9 to the airport, because I just went to the airport.
So in a month, if you did 20 round trips a month, you're looking at $180 a month.
And at the moment, we're not working back in the office full time. It's like hybrid, so it's like 1 or 2 days a week. So
if you're coming here, you're not going to work, or you're
exactly.
Then that's not something you have to factor in.
Yeah.
Well, like a lot of the viewers might be retirees, and in the United States, we might have a lot of people that are looking for a great life on Social Security, and so Poland, if somebody was looking at a country in the Schengen that maybe they were going to want to spend 90 days and take off somewhere, a Social Security retiree can come here and rent a place easily for 3 months or even for a year round and work something out to where they take off somewhere, because the cost is pretty effective. I think you could probably find a place here for $400 or $500 a month, honey, I think is what we're hearing, or maybe without utilities included.
Without utilities, yes.
With utilities, maybe it's going to cost in the $600-$700 inclusive.
Yes.
So somebody can finagle that and still maybe go down to Turkey half the year, over here half the year, and have a really good life on their Social Security budget.
And the further out of the city you are, you're going to pay less.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's talk utilities. You're here. You got a pretty good sized home. Got 3 levels basically here. What is your utilities looking like per month? What is your water, your electric? Do you have gas?
Yeah, we have all of the above. Apartment buildings, so you're paying an admin charge in the building, and that can vary a lot. We're probably in one of the more pricey ones. It's about 600 zlotys a month for that. And then, but that includes water and trash. And then we're paying about 400 for gas and electric. So it's about 1,000 zlotys a month, not including internet.
As we're having this conversation, it's about 4.7, 4.8 zloty to the dollar, but it's traditionally been down closer to 4 zloty. And I bring this up because I want the viewers to know that when you're looking at a budget and you're on a fixed budget, to look at the worst case scenario over the last 5 years and budget at that. And when you have good times like this, just take those extra dollars and pocket them. But you probably want to go back to that 4 zloty to the dollar when you're making your budget, because it might not stick around at 4.8 or 4.7 for forever, but always go to that more expensive side, and then you can just feel rich for a while. What's your food and entertainment looking like on a monthly basis here?
So probably coming out at about like 2,000 to 2,500 zloty, so what, 500.
You are living here in Poland, you own your home, everything combined. What are you out of pocket every month for your life on average?
About 1,500
So about $1,500
US dollars,
not
like
counting
all,
the cost of housing.
not counting not counting the cost of the housing.
So if you had to rent, you're looking at 2,200
You know, what would you think an equivalent home like this would rent?
on a long-term basis.
Not counting utilities, because that's already wrapped into your 1,500. What do you think this would rent for?
You know, probably like $1,000 to $1,200. You know, up to 5,000 zlotys.
Okay, so
Conservatively, I think.
okay,
This is
Very
considered one of the
greenery,
better areas
oh,
of
yeah.
the city because there's a lot of greenery. It's
Last
very
year,
residential,
Very
You know, you've got the
touristic
great
part of
parks,
town, so
so-
also expensive. So
and you're still
Yeah.
25 minutes walk.
my friends
From
from
the
school, they
center.
kind of like can
Pay.
afford less less pricey apartments. So it starts from 2,500
Zloty.
zloty, and it will be like 2 rooms, 2 bedrooms apartment, but not in the center, not close to the center. Maybe like 7-6 tram stops away.
I think many of my colleagues at work live outside the city altogether, and then the budget goes much further.
So now, if you wanted to live in Poland and you're interested in living in Poland, check out the residency video that we're doing. There could be some loopholes, there could be some opportunities for you in your particular situation, and we're going to give you contacts in that video so you can see if this is going to be right for you. Compared to most of Western Europe, it's definitely going to be a cost-effective place for consideration. There's a lot of good positives here, and the people are fantastic. Guys, we're going to thank you for sharing your story and your experiences with the viewers, and we're going to be visiting with you quite a bit over the next 50-some days while we're exploring. We thank you for joining us today. As a reminder, Julie and I, we're traveling the world with our 2 dogs. We're trying to share our experiences and our expenses with you. We're trying to see what it's like to live in different places, and we slow travel doing roving retirement. And we hope that you're going to subscribe, give this video a like, and until next time, have a great day, everybody.
Ciao.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.